amendment. Secretary, read the amendment.
Floor amendment number 1 by Hall.
Senator Hall, you're recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I believe I have a little amendment here that's acceptable to the author. It'll amend the procedures for changing a zoning regulation or a district boundary. And I appreciate this bill to simplify the requirements to the procedures for changes to a zoning regulation or a district boundary. However, there is one area where I believe that the 60% threshold is too high a bar for a governing body to respond to the people in the community. And that is the case where a particular zoning change would potentially enable a location in a community that would be used in the operation of gambling or sports betting. While the prospects for increased gambling in Texas are not really looking particularly good at this time, this amendment would simply state that a protest could be triggered by 20% of the lots or land immediately adjoining the area for the change.
Senator Hughes, you're recognized.
Thank you, Mr. President. I thank Senator Hall for this amendment that is acceptable to the author.
Questions on the adoption of floor amendment number 1? Is there objection? Hearing none. Amendment is adopted.
Mr. Speaker,
Mr. Hopper, for what purpose?
would the lady yield for questions?
Does lady yield for questions?
Yes.
Lady yields for questions.
Thank you. Representative Orr, as filed, House Bill 24 was identical to SB 844. Is that correct?
Yes.
Were you aware that SB 844 passed the Texas Senate on April 23rd?
Yes.
Okay. And were you aware that that bill is over and eligible to be passed right now?
Yes.
Were you aware that there's an amendment added by Senator Bob Hall in the Texas Senate?
Yes.
Were you aware that that amendment created a subsection 3 on page 2, which says that at least 20% of the area of the lots or land immediately joining the area covering the proposed change and extending 200 feet from that area?
Please confine your remarks to the bill in front of the body.
Were you aware that that had the effect of allowing the use of the building of structure for the operation of any form of gambling or sports wagering?
I was not aware that...
Mr. Hopper, please confine your remarks to the bill that's in front of the body.
Mr. Speaker, it sounds like you're more familiar with the bill than she is. Should I address you with these questions?
Please come down front. Following amendment, clerk will read the amendment.
Amendment by Hopper.
Chair recognizes Mr. Hopper to explain the amendment.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Members,
Mr.
this
Speaker.
amendment, word for word,
Mr. Guerin, for what purpose?
I raise a point of order against further consideration of the amendment under Rule 11, Section 2 of the Rules of House of Representatives, because the amendment is not germane to this bill.
Mr. Guerin, please bring your point of order down front. Mr. Guerin raises a point of order against further consideration of the Hopper amendment, amendment number 2, under Rule 11, Section 2, on the grounds that the amendment is not germane to the bill. The major purpose of House Bill 24 is to make it easier for cities to change existing zoning regulations. It accomplishes this purpose in part by altering the procedural thresholds for protesting certain proposed zoning changes and overriding certain protests. The relevant portions of the bill do not govern the uses towards which buildings or structures will be used, or indeed any activities. The amendment's alteration of the bill's procedural thresholds is expressly related to those having the effect of allowing for the use of a building or structure for the operation of any form of gambling or sports wagering. Thus, the major purpose of the amendment is to discourage a particular type of zoning change and to regulate particular activities, gambling, and wagering. The amendment's references to use and operations appear to extend the bill beyond the immediately contemplated uses of the property to be rezoned. Accordingly, the point of order is well taken and sustained.